what would you say were like the three most important lessons you've learned as like an entrepreneur so far?
Honestly, just be.
I've kind of divided it into sections like who are you? And of course, I can introduce myself as well, right? But then like business and entrepreneurship, overcoming challenges, short form content, mindset, and like other lessons and recommendations.
Yeah.
Okay, so I mean, I'm 23, right? Name is David
You're
Michael.
23.
Yeah, yeah,
Are you really?
yeah,
You look very young, man. You look
yeah,
about
yeah.
18.
Oh, really? Thanks,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
I'll take it. I'll take it. Yeah, I mean, I get told that from time to time. But at this point, like when I was younger, I was always sad about that, right? But now
Yeah.
it's nice.
It's a
Um,
good thing, really, isn't it?
yeah. How old you? How old are you?
I'm 20. I just turned 20.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
Um, well, yeah, and so I'm studying in Copenhagen, right? And I'm studying a master's in business and IT, and been wanting to do entrepreneurship for 4 or 5 years, and like did a few small attempts, but nothing really turned into anything. And then I was like on an exchange semester abroad in Singapore, where I finally said like enough's enough. I just got to start something and get going, right?
Yeah.
So I did that, and that's what I've been working on for the last past year, which is so cool. And it's, even though like there's not really been anything financial from it yet, it's just
Yeah.
been so much fun doing and learning learning through it. And so that's shortly about me. How about yourself?
Well, I'm Jamie. As you probably know, you've been following me. I've been following you too. Good shit in the runs, doing the runs every morning. I used to do that flat out. I used to do a 10K every day. Did that for Project 50. I don't know if you know what that is.
No.
No. Do you know Sam Studios? No. Well, it was like a movement. It was like Project 50, and it's like a clothing brand they put out on as well. It's like a challenge. You just like they sell them for a couple. I think it's like 50 days just, and that's pretty much it. So that's how I started getting on this year. Discipline, self improvement kind of movement as such, and then so did that. I did that 3 times, and then I was at a stage in my life. I was like, right, I need to make some money as such. You know what I mean? And in the last like 2 years, I've been like, I went on the drop shipping first. That went to shit. That just didn't work. Like, do you know what I mean? And then I went on the I went on the SaaS then. Do you know what SaaS is? Software as
Yeah,
a
yeah.
service. Yeah. So I went on to there, and then I kept booking calls all the time, but I could never sell anyone. I couldn't sell. I didn't know how to sell. I was terrible at it. It was shit. So I then went, right, it's probably not for me. So then I went on what I'm doing now, which is short form content, a content agency. So pretty much just make content for people as such, that kind of stuff. Um, so that's kind of how I shifted on that. That's been over the course of about 2 years. But as I was doing that, I was, doing all my project 50s, and then as a barber too by trade. So I learned that. So, and then, but about 6 months ago, I took my job full time, and then I took this, full time. And now I'm doing okay, doing pretty well.
Yeah. Awesome to hear. So yeah, so you kind of already touched upon this, but when did you first start having like dreams of financial independence?
Well, to be honest, ever since I was young, like really young, seeing, the likes of like Ronaldo, Messi, I wanted to be a footballer. I'm not gonna lie, at the start I did. But it wasn't purely just because to be a footballer. It was just, just to have, the money, the financial freedom as such. But then it really kicked back. It really like kicked back up when Tate came out and all that kind of stuff. They kind of Ham and Goggins kind of morphed me into three persons. You know what I mean? And then I kind of just went, right, like I need to start making money, and on top of that, I need to, just be the best person I can possibly be for, years to come as such. Do you know what I mean? So just building that person, even though I'm not perfect, don't get me wrong. But I'm a lot better than I was last year. Like last year, I went through like so many ups and downs last year. It was terrible. But thankfully I'm here now, and I'm grand, and fucking, I'm doing very, very well. So it's pretty good. It's pretty much the time frame. So
Yeah. And so what were some of those things that you then struggled with last year, like that you mentioned?
So it was mostly about me being a terrible person. I used to drink all the time, alcohol, used to smoke, not drugs or anything. I never touched drugs in my life, but alcohol and just smoking and all that kind of stuff, and just being just an idiot as such. That just means just being a dickhead. So I was a dickhead for months and months and months and months, and then I kind of realized then I need to change something. Something needs to change. If nothing changes, nothing changes. I put that up in the story the other day, and it's just so true. That's the quote that actually changed my life. So I then just started doing runs, started doing the Project 50s, starting the gym every single day, started eating well, and 2 years later, well, about a year and a half now, I'm doing pretty well. So
It's awesome to hear. Do you have anything, or do you have any idea like what specifically inspired you to finally get out of that place where you were feeling
yeah,
down?
yeah. Me and my girlfriend broke up.
Okay.
That's like that killed me. Like it hit me, and I was like, "Whoa, right! I need to do something now." Like it was purely all because it was all my fault. Like self accountability is a big thing now I take apart and everything I do. Do you know what I mean? So looking back on it, I blamed her and all that kind of stuff, but it was always me. It was my fault, and I was a horrible person. So then I kind of went right here. I need to change some things, and they being well I'm now, which is of course I'm still improving and all that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? I'm never going to be perfect as such, but you know, just keep doing what I'm doing. Just keep building off that, and that's pretty much it.
Have you had any contact with her since you moved on?
No, 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 no.
Okay.
Let's
Yeah.
keep it that way.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, totally understandable. But it might have been that you might have reflected on something and then wanted to, of course, go back and not, get together, but just talk about stuff. But I completely
Yeah,
get
yeah.
that. So you mentioned that you've tried a few different things. Do you think like if you'd had kept going with either drop shipping or the
No,
SaaS that would have worked out?
probably not. No,
No?
I didn't know enough about it. I didn't know enough about it. Like SaaS is like you don't need to know how to code. It's just a software as a service. It's sweet. But you need to know how to sell properly. Like, do you know what I mean? A certain service, but I just didn't understand that service too well enough to sell it. So I then just transitioned then into short form content, which I kinda knew enough about, and then I got a mentor, learned a lot more, and then now I'm here. So
Cool. I mean, mentors are always helpful, right?
yeah, definitely.
Um,
Do you have one?
no, unfortunately not. Right, at least not at the moment. But um, I mean, I feel like I've got my path charted out. It's more a matter of just doing the work. If
Yeah.
that makes sense. Were your parents or friends like supportive when you first started out on, wanting to do some different kind of work compared to like regular people, I would say?
Well, I would kind of. It's weird because I just one day I just went, no, I'm done. I'm done working, and then that was it. Like I had to quit my job, and that was it. Like I had no clients, had no nothing. It was just all sprung upon everyone. I was like, I'm done. I don't care. I can't be in this environment. I need to just grind. That was it. And everyone was obviously they were shocked. Like they were like, what the fuck? Like to me, but at the same time, it's like it's just the way it is.
Mm. So they weren't like against it or anything.
No, I don't think. No, they're definitely not against it. It was just they were more afraid. Do you know what I mean? Have that fallback plan.
Mm.
I don't believe in that. Like, do you know what I mean? It's just like get your head stuck on this on and learn. You learn on the job and such.
The plan B.
Yeah, yeah. No,
Yeah, not necessarily, yeah.
it's not.
Okay. And so how long specifically have you been doing the short form content agency then?
Just nearly 6 months. So
Okay.
not too long. It's quite new, but yeah.
And as I'm hearing it, it sounds like you've already become profitable doing that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. How fast did that happen?
4 days after I quit my job, I signed my first client for $1,200. But then I lost that client like a week later. So then
Okay.
I was like, oh fuck, I don't know what to do. But then just building the personal brand off the back of that, using ads and all that kind of stuff, and running a certain technique kind of way I teach, then that kind of helped. Do you know what I mean? So
Okay, interesting. How did it feel when you first like landed the first client and there was actually
oh, it
money
felt
involved?
amazing.
Yeah.
It felt amazing, honestly. Everyone, it's the same as everything. Do you know what I mean? Like the first time is always going to feel so good. Do you know what I mean? But you know, I didn't sign and pay in full, so I didn't get the full 1,200. I got, it was like first 10 videos, so we paid every 10 videos, so it was like 100 and what was it? I can't even count, but it wasn't much anyways. Just put it that way for 10 videos, and then I was like right, that's not, you know, it's not too bad. Like, do you know what I mean? And then so I did all the 10 videos. They were happy enough with it, and then like there was no revisions, no nothing. I was like, right, happy days. It's, no, it's not too bad. And then the week after, and they just completely just cut off contact, and that was it. So I was
Okay.
like, right, fair enough. They must have just got a new another editor for cheaper, just as such.
I mean, yeah, probably, or some other, unknown reason people do things for weird reasons sometimes.
Yeah, no, this boy, he definitely had the money. Like, do you know what I mean? He's a real estate kind of agent, developer, all that kind of stuff. He was pulling on well over 100 grand a month. Do you know what I mean? So it's
Okay.
like he definitely had the money. It was just I don't know, maybe I don't really know what it was like. Do you know what I mean? But what can you do?
Mm. And so what do you feel like in your past sort of year and a half of doing this? Because you must have learned some things before you started doing the short form content that then help you do that, but you might not have known that those skills were transferred. But like, what were some of the most challenging, like, personal obstacles that you faced, or mental obstacles that you faced?
Um, it was more mental. Yeah, like it wasn't. My life's great. Like my life's amazing. Do you know what I mean? Like I still live at home with my mum. I'm 20. Do you know what I mean? But like I don't have much to worry about at the moment. Do you know what I mean? So I just wake up every day and just sit on my desk and do work. But at that time too, it was like, you know, obviously signing a client, then losing a client. It was just, it put me in a not a bad state, but as such as like starting to doubt myself, which I never really did ever in my life. So it started like creeped up very, very quickly. And I was like, right, I need to sort this out. So in that period too, I was, you know, slacking on the gym. I was slacking on everything else pretty much. To me, I was just trying to make some money and, you know, editing all the time and all that kind of stuff. I was like, nah, I can't do this. So what I did then is I just started to outsource the work. Instead of me doing all the work, do you know what I mean? I started to like just I hired an editor, outsourced it to him. He did half the work, I did half the work, give me my time back so then I could, you know, go to the gym, get my mental straight, and then over the last maybe 2, 3 months I've been getting like really, really close to God and all that kind of stuff. I've always been a big man of God, don't get me wrong, but I didn't really follow everything about him, do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? So I was like, right here, I'm starting to actually improve myself, all that kind of stuff, starting to get closer to God, and that kind of like that's where I put all my worries and doubts. I just throw it over there, pray, and that's me done. And then I'm grand again 5 months later, have a cup of tea, and then get to work. That's pretty much it. You know what I mean?
That's very interesting because, and like, don't get me wrong, I want to see the benefit of believing in God, but
Yeah,
it's not there for me.
it's fair
Um,
enough, man.
um, can you kind of explain then what are some of the things that you feel like you mentioned, like this about praying for relieving some of your stress, anxiety, or troubles, right? What are some of the
Yeah.
things you specifically feel like you alleviate by having that faith?
Well, such it's like whenever I do feel stressed or worried or doubtful or anything like that, I literally just literally bless myself. I'll sit here and I'll just bless myself and I'll just literally say, like, God, take these worries and all this stuff away from me. And like, what happens then is like my whole body just like it just relaxes and releases everything. Just because it's I don't know, like I don't know why that is. It just works. Do you know what I mean? It's just something that works. And I feel like if you give yourself just a wee bit every time, do you know what I mean? If you be fully open, fully vulnerable, and then it just works. It takes away all that stress and all that pressure, and just lets you relax. So, and then there's another couple of things to do too. It's not just remaining the God, but it's like, see, every time I feel stressed, what I'd love to do is take a shave. Like, see me, I'll just take a shave, and it releases. I don't know, it just helps. It sounds so weird, but it just helps, and it just puts me in that relaxing state when I can actually focus. Then turn my phone off, throw my phone over the bed over there, and just work. And that's pretty much it.
Cool. That sounds nice. Sounds like a nice
Yeah,
experience to have, and a nice way that that you're able then to get rid of that stress. Because I
yeah,
think stress, in my eyes, for one, stress is something that a lot of people struggle with, but
hmm,
I don't think stress is necessarily bad. It's just bad in my eyes if
definitely
you
not.
don't know how to manage it.
Yeah, yeah,
And of course, there's a difference between good stress and bad stress, in the sense that you can be pressured by the work that you're doing, and then you can be like totally lost in all the things that you're facing, right? But I feel like that's kind of more towards anxiety,
yeah,
where you're feeling powerless and there are all these things that need to be done and you can't do anything. Yeah, so it's funny you should say that, the thing especially about the shaving. So I kind of do, like, whenever I feel like I'm getting stressed, I think I'm getting better and better at realizing it before it takes over, right? And before I
yeah,
completely like shut down and just get completely emotionless. But yeah, for me, I kind of just do like a few deep breaths, and then I try to look at, like, what is the most shit decision that I'm not making right now?
yeah,
What is it that's nagging at me that I really don't want to do, or that I don't know how to do, right? Sometimes it's that as well, and we're just pushing
yeah,
something off. And so that often, like, just slowing down and trying to put myself from the outside perspective usually helps a lot. And but I think, yeah, because I think when we say like people shouldn't be stressed at work, like if you're ambitious within any field, you're going to be stressed at some point. Like,
100%. Yeah.
so yeah, I personally believe that is the wrong perspective to have. But I mean, of course, you got to manage it somehow, right?
Yeah, exactly. Some people love stress. Like me personally, I do like stress. I think there is a good and a bad type of stress. Don't get me wrong, and it's good to put yourself under that pressure as such to get stuff done. Because then, if you didn't have that pressure, you wouldn't get it done. That's the way I view it as well. But I feel like if there's someone really, really like on your shoulders, and you're trying to just pull it off and pull it off and pull it off. I used to just never do it. Like, but now it's like I see myself procrastinating. I'm like, right, I need to just do it. Like, just it'll like what Ali Abdul says is like his 2 month rule. So sit down and do it for 2 months, and after 2 months you can stop. But most of the time you won't stop because you're already 2 months on. So I mean, you've got rid of that there kind of worry or anxiety or pressure, whatever it is you had of doing that certain subject. But then at 2 months in, you're just normal. It just feels like it's normal now. So you just keep working. That's kind of how I get on my work blocks as such. I mean, I have a routine. So when I get on a work block, I go on my phone, literally put my focus on, do not disturb, and then just put a timer on for an hour and a half or 2 hours, and just go on their work block, and that's it. I won't do anything else like that. There then sets me up to go 1 day 1. If I don't do that, then I won't be in the right mindset to do the work. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, definitely, definitely.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, it's very interesting about the setting a specific amount of time, right?
Yeah,
Because that makes the task so much more approachable.
it does. It really does.
So, speaking of like habits or getting in the right mindset, what are the habits that you feel have contributed the most to your level of productivity?
Literally that's all I need. Like there's a book too I read which is called Deep Work by Cal Newport. I don't know if you know it, but it's a
Yeah,
very,
I
very
mean,
good book.
I
Yeah.
haven't read it, but I know of it.
Yeah, yeah. Read it. It's very, very good for
Okay.
productivity. Um, but I read that and I was like, right here, I need to do something because I don't really get on that deep, that deep work as such, that flow state. I never really get into that. But then I started then, like, getting rid of all distractions, putting the timer on my phone. So it's like Hermosi does it as well. He has that wee timer clock and he just turns it. It just seems to work. I think it clicks on in your brain. It's like, well, you have this set amount of time to do this task. So let's do the task in this set amount of time. Because if you don't really have a time period, you'll just drag it out for the whole day. I do that. Like I used to do that all the time. Like especially with ads and all that kind of stuff. I just drag it out. I'd be like, fuck's sake. Like, do you know what I mean? But like now if I just set a timer, whack on a wee bit of music that I love, then do a wee bit of work. Like I do that 3 times a day. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't have to be too long. Do you know what I mean? Like if you work 4 hours a day, just have it on like maybe an hour or hour and a half every time, and then do you know what I mean? You have a whole day of work done as such. It's do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I find I completely agree. I completely agree. I usually go. I found it so funny. I found that I'm the most productive when I have a list of tasks to do that's too long for the day. When the list is too long, I'll try to get through everything, and of course do it properly, but I'll try to get through everything. Whereas if I have a list which is not very long, I'll get through everything, or I might get halfway through and be like, oh, I still have 5 hours left to do the rest, right? Like I can wait a little bit, or even like I'll get everything done and then I'll be like, okay, I could do 2 or 3 hours of work, but I mean, I've already completed the list, right? So I have to put myself into the mindset of saying, I still need to do something or keep going, right? And that's so much more difficult than having just the long list or setting the time for how much it should take.
Yeah, definitely. Like I highly recommend doing that there and set the time. It just helps get into that mindset.
Yeah. I'll definitely try that. I mean, sometimes it's like, for instance, today I just recorded the 30 videos that I'm going to release in January, right? So for the next couple of days, I'll just be editing them straight. I mean, that'll take me the whole day, right? So those days are pretty easy, but it's more so like when I have a bunch of smaller tasks. But I mean, yeah, it's definitely worth a try.
Yeah, definitely. Like, see when you're editing your own videos, I think it can be so daunting. I think because well, me personally, because I obviously have to edit other people's videos and all that kind of stuff, and then manage editors and all that kind of stuff, and just manage the whole team. But like then when I go to edit my own videos, it's like I'm so exhausted. And I don't want to do it. So then I'll end up either sending it to someone else or I just be sitting there and just like I just it's just I don't like it. Like not anymore. I used to love it. Don't get me wrong. I used to love it, but not anymore. Especially YouTube videos like that. That's just a pain. Hey, that is a pain. Like, do you know what I mean? It probably took me a week to edit a YouTube video purely because there's so much hard work to do. So I'm gonna have to outsource that work at some stage. Do you know what I mean? But in order for me to scale now, like going on the more business side of things, in order for me to scale the 10, 20K a month, I need to, just outsource all this work and just produce as much YouTube videos as possible because that's where the most lead nurture comes from. So I'm going to break down my funnel. It's super simple, it's super easy. So you literally post 3 videos, like 3 ads as such, right? Run 3 ads. That'll go down in like a nurturing funnel then. So middle funnel then is get them to follow you and they watch all your short form content. And then the bottom of funnel is where they watch all your YouTube videos, sorry. And then from there, and obviously you have a call to action or something for like a program or whatever it is you're going to be selling. And then they come over and then it's like an inbound lead. So instead of me reaching out to them doing cold outreach, they come to you as such. So that's pretty much the funnel. And then the last 2 weeks, I got 9 of them, like people reached out to me. I closed 2. So that's not too bad. But at some stage, I know I need to scale that. Do you know what I mean? Just dump money in the ads and then, just keep making YouTube videos.
That's so cool. Love to hear that you're working a funnel model and that is working. And what kind of sales process do you have for them? Do you just set up like a meeting and then do you use a specific sales framework in order to close the clients eventually? Or how do you
Well,
do?
it's not really a framework, honestly. Just chat to them. Like it's just make sure they're right fit. That's it. That's it. Like that's all that matters to me. Like obviously, pricing and all that kind of stuff that factors in, but at the same time, it's like if you're a good fit for me to, edit all your videos, blah blah, all this kind of stuff, and you want to sign a contract and all that kind of stuff. So that's the type of question to be asking. Like, do you want to do a contract? Do you, like, are you going to be committed? Are you blah blah? Ask all these kind of questions. And if they say aye to everything one, then I'll be like, right, you're a good fit. It's such, what I mean. And then I'll ask them stuff about them. So then I get to not as such judge them, but see a couple of things about them. But I get them, they send me a video too before you even hop on a call. I get them, they send me a video. I do it with my editors as well. So if I'm going to hire an editor, I want them to send me a video of why they want to be on my team. Do you know what I mean? If they can't do that, then I don't want them. It takes it doesn't take long to send a 30, 45-second video, like, do you know what I mean? So yeah, just that extra mile, and it just goes to show that they're willing to do extra stuff. So if they are, then happy days, do you know what I mean? So that's pretty much it.
So how many editors do you have on your team?
I only have 3 at the moment.
Is it, so what I'm hearing is it contract based, or is it like from time to time, or are they fully employed, or?
Yeah, so they're fully employed, but they have contracts. So like, just make sure they get paid. I get all the edits that they promise and all that kind of stuff, and then they do all the revisions and all that kind of stuff. And secondly, too, they have an NDA, which I also make all my clients sign, so they can't, approach my editor, behind my back and just say, here, go and do these here buddies for cheaper, or my editor can go to them and say, I can do it for half the price and all that kind of stuff. Because then it just, obviously I would go out of business as such, you know what I mean? But yeah.
Yeah, that's something that, I hope that you didn't have to experience that the hard way. So did you
No, I didn't. No, I didn't.
Or?
Yeah.
Because that's easily something I would guess that you would have to find out by it happening, right?
Yeah, so he saved me a lot of issues, and that there's like set of things, so it's good.
Cool. So we previously touched upon like mental obstacles and challenges. What would you feel like has been the most difficult things to overcome, or most difficult problems to handle in the business side of things?
There's nothing really, if I'm going to be honest. There's not much anymore. That's all been ironed out. Like, me and my mentor, I think we sit down every week, and then we just like go deep on it, like, do you know what I mean? See what we're doing well, what we're not doing well, all that kind of stuff. But I feel like I don't know. I don't really know, to be honest. If I'm going to be honest, but there's not much anymore. It's just the matter of getting things done as such. I mean,
yeah,
like you said yourself.
Completely fair. Myself?
Yeah. No, like you said yourself, it's just a matter of getting things done. Do you know what I mean? You can have an all like written out, all that kind of stuff. It's just a matter of sitting down and doing it. So it's having that self accountability. But I have a whole network around me that kind of pushes me to. Sometimes I'll write into the group chat and I'll just be like, lads, I'm not feeling it today. Do you know what I mean? They'll be like, right, Jamie, fucking get your shit done. Do you know what I mean? And then I'll be like, oh, fuck's sake, now I have to do it. So it's just as simple as that.
Yeah. Okay, that's actually quite interesting. So do you have a bunch of friends who are doing something similar to yourself?
Yeah, well, so my mentor is obviously, he's one of my good friends as well, and then his network and my network. We all kind of own one kind of big massive group. We all talk all the time, and then I have my best friend Billy, which I go to the gym with every single morning. He's not in the entrepreneurial space at the moment. He's just on his grind as such, doing, and he's my accountability partner. He's like the person that's like, get your shit done. It's simple as that. Once you have that done, you can do whatever you want. Fair enough. Do you know what I mean? So that's pretty much it.
That sounds awesome. Accountability is such a huge thing, right? Do you feel like that's one of the main factors for why you've been able to remain and increase your productivity?
Yeah, of course. If I didn't hold myself accountable, I'd never do anything.
Okay, cool. And so is everyone in your network also mentored by the same person?
Do you know what I mean? So no. So said no. So my mentor is mentored by a guy that's doing over 200K a month. So, let's be honest, like, I would love to be mentored by him. But the rest of them's mentored by different people and all that kind of stuff. They have their own mentors, but we're just all in this fine group, just to support and connect with each other and all that kind of stuff. So
cool. It's so important to have like a network like that. And it's is a thing that I found being in like the more conventional study environment of uni, that or college or whatever you want to call it, right? But people are just not in the same mind space. They
Yeah, they're
just want
not.
to get it over with and start working their 9 to 5s, right? And like I have this convention or like word of saying like people are just sheep. Like they don't really have a
Yeah,
mind of their own. They don't know what they want. They just do whatever everyone else does, right?
exactly.
And so I found it was increasingly difficult to speak to people at my uni about the stuff that I was doing and what I found interesting. So I also tried to start like a mastermind or like an accountability group, right? Which has been awesome as well. Just to have someone you can get together with and share ideas with, who has the same kind of enthusiasm and ambition as you, right? It's
Yeah.
it's incredibly inspiring and yeah, motivating. Do you have any specific goals that you're looking to reach? I mean, you're obviously
Yeah,
talking scaling, but
yeah, just scaling. That's pretty much it. Everything else I have pretty much set up. Have everything done. Like I'm happy and content with my life. It's just I want to get the point A, which is where I'm at now, the point B, which is where I want to be as such. So, I mean, so that's going to be like maybe 10 to 20K per month. So in about 6 months time, I want to be at 20 grand a month. That's where I want to be in 6 months. So I'm just pretty much just breaking it down now, step by step, and how to get there as such. I mean, and obviously my mentor, he's past 20 grand a month, so he's obviously going to help me do that. So
well, okay, yeah, cool. So what is it specifically about short form content that you really enjoy? Is it just that you found that you were good at it or it made sense?
yeah, yeah. Like see, when I was younger, I used to have a YouTube channel. I used to do like YouTube live and stuff, very crunchy, but it just I love doing it. And then that's how I found this in. I like started to speak to my mentor, just got on it. And I was like, great, it's not that hard. Let's be honest, it's not that hard. Like I bought a course, it was like $100, and I learned from that course. Everything I know how to do, I learned from that course. Do you know what I mean? And it took me too long to learn because I was just putting it off. But if I went back now, I would learn everything within a month, and then I'd be doing all right. Um, but like knowing everything that I know now, it's just 10 times easier as such to me. So I just felt right as such. I mean, I was good at it and just went and just tried it and it started to work. And then obviously learning from someone that knows more and all that kind of stuff in that aspect, and then obviously it helps. So yeah,
Cool. And you mentioned previously that YouTube videos were usually the ones that you spend the most time doing. I Does that mean shorts as well?
no, well, shorts is just I put up shorts when I just put up a normal video. So shorts is just super simple, just use upload it and that's it. So I mean, there's not how much use repurposed content. So whenever I put on the Instagram that you see, it'll go on YouTube, it'll go on LinkedIn and all that stuff. It'll be from 5 to 10 or 12 months long. That's where all the editing comes into play, and that's where it takes so much time. Do you know what I mean?
Okay. And so what would you say were the easiest videos to do?
Yeah, shorts. Well, it's not easy, but they still take time. It's such a mean. But now at the moment, I don't edit much of them. I just edit my own. Um, I literally just posted one 5 months before this call, so like that was easy enough. I'm trying to go down like there's a couple. It's building a personal brand. Do you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I think you already know about a personal brand, anyways. But when you build a certain personal brand unique to you, that I think that's the hardest part of like shorts. Do you know what I mean? I'm not trying to make it go viral. I'm trying to target my own target audience and build a community of people. That's the hard part. Do you know what I mean?
Mm,
So yeah, that's what
yeah,
I'm doing as such.
cool. Yeah. Yeah, I definitely get that. And so it's actually quite funny to me then, which kind of changes or, were there any new obstacles or surprises you found when you switched from doing editing yourself to actually having to manage a team of other people?
yeah, it can be. You need to keep them accountable. Do you know what I mean? Like, for example, I wanted to hire one of my friends to do it, but I knew then like I would have to be really strict on them to make sure they do it. So I just said to them no. Like I just said no, I'm not hiring you. And obviously that fucking annoyed them and also annoyed me because I wanted to help them out and all that kind of stuff. But at the same time, it's like you have to understand what's best for you in the business. Do you know what I mean? If an editor's not doing his job properly, sack him. Like don't like that was one thing. Do you know what I mean? Like how an editor wasn't doing his job properly, wasn't listening, just give him cheek back and all that kind of stuff. It's like I'm not here for that. Like I pay you for a job. Do you know what I mean? So that was it. After his contract was up, because it goes month to month. The contracts are month to month. So once his contract was done, I was just like, great, you're calling.
Yeah, yeah. I definitely get that, yeah. And so, yeah, because I feel like it's such an easy trap to fall into, right? To want to do
Yeah.
business with your friends or people you know. But like two things. One, you have to hold them to the same standards, right? And are they actually that good? Like in some cases, they might not be, right?
Yeah.
Um,
Most of the time they're not. Let's
yeah,
be honest. Like
yeah,
there's no
yeah.
point lying. Like most of the time they're not. Like,
Yeah, it's funny that you're saying that, right? Because I've thought like, would I employ any of my friends? Like,
yeah.
if it was at that point where I would need to, would I? And for the majority of them, definitely not. No, yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. Like it's not. I don't think it's anything to do with. Well, it is to do with them. Like it's how they move, how they talk, how they speak. Their just their energy, their persona, all that kind of stuff. It all ties in. You can tell if someone's really wants on. You can tell if they really want if they're good at on, if they're passionate, if they're, something like that there. Like you can just tell. And if they're not, you can tell as well. So I think most of the people in this day and age now just don't have that drive, don't have that, you know, just fucking sear, just what's the word I'm looking for?
I mean,
Sear fucking
a lot of people just don't want it bad enough. I mean, they
yeah.
they
There's not a word for that. There's not a word for that. I'm trying to think of, but just forget about it. Let's go. Go ahead.
it's actually kind of funny. That just reminds me what you're saying, that I think, I don't know if it was Hormozy who said it, but like most people, they don't want like $1 million or like 50 million bucks. They want to spend $1 million.
Yeah, yeah,
Like they don't
yeah,
want the money to have it or to invest it or like to keep it to build their wealth. They want to spend the money.
yeah. So everyone knows that they have the money. Like, do you know what I mean? Like they just want to like flex as such. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and have
And
the
it's a
same
big
percent.
problem here. It's a big problem where I'm from, which is like from Derry. Like people just they'll spend money they don't have, and it's so
Okay.
stupid. Like it's so stupid. Like they could be putting that money to something else that will help them, grow or something like that there. But I don't know. People just spend it on fucking shoes, clothes, all that kind of stuff, just to have this kind of lifestyle. I don't know. I don't know, but you know,
Is it, yeah, is it very widespread where you live? The people do
yeah,
that?
it's yeah. They just fucking spend money on shit they don't need.
Okay.
Do you know what I
Is
mean?
it, do you live in England or do you live in another part of the UK?
Ireland. So it's
Yeah.
so the UK. It's like top of Ireland. It's like Northern Ireland. It's part of the UK, but
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Is it Ireland, I've heard, should have pretty good business regulations. Is that anything that you've noticed, or is it easy to start a business, or what's your experience?
yeah. So I'm down now as I'm down as a sole trader as such. I don't have a limited company because I don't want to be tied to UK. Do you get what I mean? Because if I want to just say I want to set up my business in Dubai, say next year, and then I will. It's a whole shit process. I'll have to go bankrupt. Like I'll have to say I'm bankrupt, blah blah, and then take all the funds and all that shit. So it's just I'm not making this a company right here right now because I want to set it out in Dubai, so then I can get the zero corporate tax and all that kind of stuff. So the tax here
Mm.
is like 12% a year. So it's
Is it's 12% in Ireland?
yeah.
That's still nothing, bro.
No, I know, like it's okay here, Janine, but I
Yeah.
know America. What's America? 20 something?
I don't know, but I can tell you're like you're in Denmark, right?
Yeah. Oh,
So
you in Denmark? I thought you were
yeah,
in America.
no. I'm from Copenhagen.
Right.
But like even if you keep your money in the business, it's yearly taxed at 22%, right?
Yeah.
But then if you pull it out of the business or take like all the earnings out, it's like 17% at least extra. So like 39.
Jesus.
And then depending on how much you make, it's like all the way up to 56%.
What?
Yeah.
I'd be getting out of there ASAP, bro. I'd be gone.
It's crazy, yeah.
No, I wouldn't be doing that.
We have a bunch of free welfare stuff like healthcare, right? And school system. So
Yeah,
like,
so do we.
yeah, okay. I mean, it definitely doesn't make sense for the top tax bracket, in my opinion. But like a lot of the daily things do make sense. It's just that it's been taken too far, I think.
Yeah,
So
say so. 56% is fucking pretty far, like, to me.
yeah, so it's like, how much is it? I'd say like in euros, for instance, it would be something like 400,000 euros, like a year. You're paying like 56%, right?
Mm-hmm.
On
Fuck
every
that.
like on every then it's like on every marginal Danish kroner you make above that. But like still it's fucking a lot. So I'm also definitely considering like what's the long-term move to be made, right? But that's kind of interesting though. 12%. That's not
Yeah.
bad.
Like,
Yeah, no,
hello?
it's bad. Yeah, sorry. What was the last thing?
Yeah. So like 12% is pretty good, like,
Yeah.
do you know what I mean? Like, obviously it's 12% here, like, do you know what I mean? But it's, I feel it, like, do you know what I mean? If it's, if I have to pay all this and stuff, I have to pay tax a lot, like at the end of the year, it's a lot, like, and then, so I think CD set up a business in Dubai, it's like 5 grand. So it's like, if you set it out there, you're sweet. Like, you pay what 1 year taxes. It's like, that's how much it's gonna be, really. So I mean, so then it's nothing really.
Yeah. Do you enjoy living in Ireland though?
Nah.
No?
Like, I love home, don't get me wrong. Like I love my family and all that kind of stuff, but there's, like, I want to be somewhere else. So I mean, I don't want to be in Ireland for the rest of my life. But I do want a house here out in the country. I want, like, old money, kind of, the old money style, and
Yeah,
big
yeah, I
massive
do.
houses. So when we get there, like, do you know what I mean? So have to wait until I have a couple of M's in the bank before I can drop a couple of M's. You know what I mean? So yeah,
Yeah, it's funny. That reminds me of, I don't know if it was Chris Rock or who said this, but I was watching some guy in some video who said, like, if you never ever just buy something which is more like 1/10 of what you own, you will never have a problem. And it makes a lot
yeah,
of sense, right?
yeah,
It's kind of the same as like whenever you get a check, you put half of it away in savings and then half of that away in investments, right? And then you have like
yeah,
but then,
yeah. It's like the 50-30 50,
okay.
30, 20 rule. It's like out there. It's like 50% goes on the savings, 30 goes on the investments, and 20 goes on the you spending whatever you want on it. Like, so, yeah. Um, yeah, so that's how it breaks down. But me personally, it's like I don't really spend anything. Like, I went up today. I spent like £200 today, but that was it. Like, I made 500 this morning, so I was like, right, I'll spend 200. So I mean, but it's just like, that was just, Christmas presents, all that kind of stuff. So I bought my sister a ring. I bought a top for myself, and it was like £15. And that was it. Like, I don't buy myself much. And then what was it then? What the fuck did I spend money on? So a ring, a top, and then something else. I think I'm not. Oh, two aftershaves in, so one for my dad and one for my brother. So that was pretty much it. But I'll probably go up tomorrow, um, and then get the rest for all our sisters. I've 6 people in my family, so I've 4 sisters and 2 brothers. So it's a big family, like, and then everyone else too. So I have to fucking fork some dough for Christmas.
Do you like using your money to provide for other people?
Yeah,
That's one of
That's the
the
goal.
things, right?
Yeah, man. It is. But you know, like I'm not at the point yet where I can just, drop, just
Yeah.
send them a grand. Do you know what I mean? But like, I like my mentor's mentor. I see, like, I follow him, but he just sends his wee brother a grand all the time. Like every week, he just sends him a grand. Do you know what I mean? And his boy's making well over 200 grand a month. Like, do you know what I mean? And he just sends him a grand, and it's like, can't wait till I can do that there for my mum and my dad and my wee brother and all that kind of stuff. So that's definitely a goal of mine.
Yeah, definitely. And it's such, in my eyes, like that's what that's why money is important. Like
Yeah.
you can't do anything without money. Like you
Hmm.
you can think money is evil all you want, and for the record, it's not. But like people can keep believing that for all they want, but you can't change all the shit environments people live in, all the bad circumstances they have to face, all the lack of education you have in all the world,
Yeah.
right? Without money.
Exactly.
So it's much more selfish not to pursue money.
Yeah. I know. But I feel like it's like the way money's been portrayed over the last, couple hundred years. It's people think, capitalism and all that kind of stuff, right? But man, get a grip. Like, get a grip. So I mean, the only reason why you're not making money is because you're not making, you don't have the knowledge to make money. So I mean, you haven't invested in the time or energy into yourself enough to go out there and make money. Like, you haven't done that, and you just want to cry. It's a victim mindset as such. I hate a victim mindset. I hate that so much. But what can you do? Um,
You try
but
to
you
educate,
can't
that's
help.
it.
Yeah, you can't help everyone. But so I don't think money is well. I think it depends how you spend it, or how you make it as such. I mean, if you provide a service that helps someone and they pay you in exchange of that, I think that's pretty okay. Do you know what I mean? If you go steal that money, then obviously, and like in my religion, in my eyes, like, you're a thief. Like, you're never gonna get into heaven. Like, you're fucked. You're going straight to hell. Simple as that. Do you know what I mean? Unless you repent as such. But um, there is some bad energy around money. Can be very, very much so. And especially like rappers, all that kind of stuff. You know yourself, like, if you've been watching the news, all that kind of fucking shit. But I don't know if you're into all I'm conspiracy theories and such, but I definitely am.
No, I mean it's not something that I am very much into, but I think like one of the problems in my eyes is also that people are not taught money. People are not introduced to money
Yeah,
because their parents don't know. So like, and people just don't talk about money as well. Like money is like a taboo in many households while growing up,
yeah,
which is such a problem because then you never get to discuss both the positive and negative sides of it, right?
yeah, definitely.
Um, it's funny that you mentioned the thing about the about religion again. Was that something that was introduced to you from when you were little, or is it something that you found on your own,
What part?
like being religious?
Yeah, well, like, I've grown up as Catholic as such, and all that kind of stuff, and my granny and granddad back in the day is all that kind of stuff. But it's not really. I don't really believe in religion. I believe in God. I believe in Jesus, and that's pretty much it. Like I don't. I know what, like, I won't get into heaven if I'm out and fucking stealing all that shit. I don't won't get into heaven if I just go to church. It doesn't work. So I mean, that doesn't matter. It's just kind of just repenting of your sins and such. Not just, yeah, all that is literally just saying a prayer and, asking God for forgiveness. That's all it is. And but then again, you have to be mindful, and you have to, try your absolute utter best not to do it again. So I mean, that's just what it is. It's just like, and then you forgive yourself then at the same time.
Mm, yeah, and I think that last part is something that some people have very big troubles doing, like
Yeah,
forgiving
I used to
yourself.
be. Yeah, I used to be like that. I used to be. Um, I've always been very hard on myself, especially in business. Do you know what I mean? If I fuck something up, then it's always like, I'd be really hard on myself. And then I feel like that could be my downfall. So then when I started to get, not religious, but closer to Jesus and all that kind of stuff. I kind of just let all that go. Do you know what I mean? And then it's just like a weight off your shoulders. That's what it does for most people. Do you know what I mean? It's not the fact of all these different religions and believing on a certain thing or believing on this and that there. It's just the power it gives you. Do you know what I mean? So that's pretty much it.
Yeah, it's very intriguing for me, and I love to hear and get your perspective on it. So thank you very much for that.
Of course.
Obviously you're very active, and you've mentioned yourself, running so long distances. Like, running is something that I've only gotten into recently or in the last couple of months, but it's something that I'm becoming very fond of myself as well. I've been much more into just working out in the gym, bodybuilding and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But what's your take on your view on the relationship between exercising and business and the similarities there exist between that?
You definitely need to do both. If you don't have a healthy body, you won't have a healthy mind. And if you don't have a healthy mind, you're definitely not going to have a healthy body. It's vice versa. So building off, I used to be, like, I'm still very disciplined when it comes to running and gym and all that kind of stuff, don't get me wrong. But like, I was super, super disciplined in that area. And then I couldn't transfer that over the business. Like, business, I was always procrastinating, doing all this kind of stuff. But I realized then it's just like, just get up and do it. Like, that's the mindset you have to be in. Just get up and do it. And then that's how it transfers over. So you build discipline in that area. So that's my perspective. If you don't have one, you can't have the other. So
yeah, I completely agree. I mean, but I think people can get stuck on that exercise has to be like one certain thing, or business has to be one certain thing.
Yeah.
Instead of just realizing the benefits of doing like both, or what you can bring from one skill to the other, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Cool. And so what would you say, like, besides, of course, mindset and just, having the tips and tricks for getting ready to work, like, would you say that your best tip for being productive is the timer? Is that what I should understand?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Just for anyone who might be listening to this afterwards.
Yeah, fair enough.
Okay, awesome. And so, besides the productivity tip of the timer, what would you say were like 3 habits that you practice every day, which are some of the best you feel like have contributed to your life?
Gym every morning. Get up, go to the gym. That's a big thing. Being consistent. Do you know what I mean? Just getting up then and just doing work, whatever needs, like, just writing out all my goals, writing out like a mantra as such. Do you know what I mean? Say these things to myself, and then prayer every morning, just thanking, just being grateful. That's the 3 things really that just get me in a good mindset to just get everything done and stop procrastinating. So yeah.
What's your take on having like a morning routine to get ready to work?
Yeah, definitely. So, like, I'll run you through my morning routine. I get up and then I go to the gym. That's the first thing I do. Don't eat, don't drink, I just fast. So I'll go to the gym, come home from the gym, like, get everything tidied up, room, bed, fucking all that shit. I'll try and get everything tidied up anyways. And then what I do then is go down, make a cup of tea, get some food on me, so it fuels me for the rest of the day. And then I come up, say my prayers, and then get straight into work, set the timer, and then do some work, deep work. And then after that, then I take an hour break, and then do an hour deep work session, and then take an hour break, do an hour one. And then by the time we get to about 8, 9 o'clock, that's like most of my whole day done. So I'll either go downstairs, watch a movie, be with a family, or come upstairs and just play some games and just chill out for the rest of the night.
Cool. That this sounds like a very both structured and like intentional approach.
Yeah, you need to be intentional.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So are you very specific about your sleep and how much sleep you get, or what's your view on sleep?
Not particularly. No, I know I should be, but sleep wise, it's like I've always been a bad sleeper. Such, you know what I mean? I used to be up
Like
on.
you have
like
difficulty sleeping, or?
No, well, no. It's just not difficulty getting to sleep, but it's like it's just my mind. Like they stop all the ideas and all coming into my mind because it's just constantly on all the time and being so productive. It's just like even when I'm like trying to go to sleep, there's like a business idea pops up. Like right, well, let me write that down. So then I'll write. I need to do this. I need to do that. And it's just it's a nightmare. But I think that there comes with being so driven, being so passionate about getting shit done and making things work.
So do you have any idea how much you sleep regularly?
Yeah, it'd be like about 6 hours, 7 hours a day. What I mean, so it's not too bad. Like,
Do you feel like if you get like how much less sleep than 6 hours would you have to get in order to feel it dramatically change your productivity?
not much. Well, if I got like free, I would feel it. Don't get me wrong, but like sometimes I don't even sleep. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, for example, when about maybe a month ago, that was like a big period for me where I was just trying to grind out and grind everything, but I just didn't sleep like at all. Like I would sleep probably maybe about 7 hours in 1 week. That was it. Like it wasn't much sleep. Do you know what I mean? That's not being over dramatic or anything. That was like 7 hours in 1 week. I wasn't sleeping at all. I was just eating like shite and all that kind of stuff. And then I'll go on to then like I'll sleep for longer. Like I'll sleep like 9, 10 hours then like a couple of weeks after and be back in the routine and all that kind of stuff. So
Yeah, that's because the reason why I ask is like sleep for me is something that for the last like 5 or 6 years have been incredibly important because of the way that I've been training, right? Whenever you're doing any kind of weight training, you need quite a lot of sleep in order to recover and build muscle or strength,
yeah.
right? And so like once I've then started doing business seriously, it's something that I've been like thinking a lot about and considering like, should I change my sleep? Like what should I prioritize? And like for a period, I felt quite bad for prioritizing my sleep and because I feel like I needed to work more, right? And I think like more people might have this thought as well. But like for me, I came to the realization that if I don't keep my body healthy, like it doesn't matter for me if I get rich in 10 or 20 years if I
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
live until after 60, right?
yeah,
I've come to terms with my choice and my priority, and I'm glad for that. But I definitely understand that some people might not feel that way.
yeah. Like I get where you're coming from, and I envy it. Honestly, I do envy it because I would love to sleep, but my brain just won't let me because like it's just what I've been, instilling under my conscious being the last couple like years. So it's like don't get me wrong, I love sleep, love like recovering. Like I train a lot. I was doing the 10Ks every single day. I was going to the gym. I was doing my kickboxing training. I was doing everything as such, and then transitioning now over to business. It's just I've so much work to do. I just need to get it done, and sleep is not that important at the moment. Do you know what I mean? Sadly, but it's just I need to get everything done. And once I'm well off, then I'll sleep.
It's
So
such a a widespread thing to say as well, and I
I know.
completely get it, and I have huge respect for it for the prioritization of getting things done. Have
Yeah.
you tried, because what you're describing of like whenever you try to sleep and you get all the ideas and the thoughts and all of those things, have I had that as well, but I that's actually when I started journaling. Have you tried that?
Yeah. That I'll pull out about 15 journals right now, and every single page is full. Do you know what I mean? Like, I used to journal. See, on Project 50. So every day you'd have the journals on, and you had to write down, no, it's every single night, and then write down your goals for the next day. So that's like about well, there's probably about 4 or 5 journals on there. If I'm being honest, so that's just fully just me journaling. Recently I haven't been doing it. Like there's no need to lie, I haven't been doing it as much. But I think it's because of blue light. So I'm trying to get more red light therapy and get the blue light blockers and all that kind of stuff. Because that,
Yeah.
of course, that's going to keep you up. Do you know what I mean? That's going to keep you up.
Yeah, so I heard that as well. I I purposely didn't get blue light blockers because I realized that the glasses themselves wouldn't do much if I switched the light on my computer to red light, and also the light I have in my room. So right now it's at like the widest light, or the most blue light, right? But usually at night I'll sit with red light and work.
Yeah, yeah.
And but also like the most, I think the light definitely makes an impact. Of course it does, but like one of the most contributing factors to having all those thoughts is the fact that your brain is so active with the work that you're doing. Like once you go to sleep, you haven't had time to wind down, right?
Yeah, exactly. And that's why I try and give myself, so you see from like 8, 9 o'clock, about 11 or 12, like that there, that's me time to try and wind down for the night. But sometimes just, you know, there's maybe like a wee bit of pop-up work that comes up and I need to get something done, or like there's a thought comes to me, oh, I didn't do this or I didn't do that, and then I'm on the computer. And even if I'm playing a game or even if I'm watching TV, it's still blue light. Do you know what I mean? It's still like the same blue light as such. So it's just, what can you do? So it's just,
I mean, you can try to see if you can get it to switch to red light, but
yeah, well, that's true. That's what I mean. But like this computer, like this year, it's a brand new monitor. It should have it, but I'm not really sure how to do it. But I'll figure it out anyways.
because I had the same problem with like a few months ago, I bought a new monitor, and like at night it was just blasting me with blue light. So I actually started getting headaches because the light was so blue, and I was like so wide open at night, right? It started hurting my eyes, but I figured out finally how to, when the pain got big enough, I figured out how to change it.
yeah. It's definitely something that needs to be done. Like I was no Imengati, these glasses, the blue light blockers. I was going to buy them, but they ran out. Like they sold out, so I couldn't get them. But I can just change my lights to. I do have it on blue all the time. I do have it on blue. I don't know why. It's comfort, but I need to change it to red because I don't put it to green because green attracts spiders and I'm terrified of spiders. Everyone on this year, everyone's going to watch this recording, is going to know that, right? But I don't really care.
No, I mean, don't fucking care, bro. Like,
yeah,
why should you care?
Yeah, but what do you call it? So I just keep it. Probably just change it to red. I have these here kind of stuff here. It's like these here wee LED yaks. So they're very good.
I mean, does it make sense for you to do like a timer or anything, like at night, and then from like 6 o'clock you switch to the red light or anything like that?
No, well, you probably could. To be fair, definitely you probably could. Yeah, but I have to figure out how to set it on the computer first, though.
Because sometimes I'll force myself to use the blue light because I know I'll have to get something done.
Yeah.
But then, I mean, I know the consequences, right? But it'll still be effective.
Yeah, definitely.
And I also feel like if I keep the red light on during the day, like I'll be much more sleepy when I'm doing something where I shouldn't be sleepy. So that's
definitely. Yeah.
What kind of gym workouts are you doing?
It depends. Me and my friend Barry, as I was telling you, me and him go every morning, but it's like, so the first one's chest, obviously chest and all that kind of stuff. Then the second one, I love chest, man. But then the second one then is we go on the back and buys. And then the third one is legs. But within legs, we kill ourselves in legs. I mean, like, we kill ourselves. And it's like, you can barely drive home, literally. It's quite funny. But that's pretty much it. So it goes, chest and shoulders, and then back and buys, and then legs, and then sometimes we'll throw on some core, or we'll throw on, like a wee bit more shoulders as well, just to, round the shoulders off a wee bit more, or whatever it is. We kind of felt like, we didn't go hard enough this week, so we just throw that in then on the leg day. So that's pretty much it.
Is your guy well trained?
No, well, I'm kind of teaching him as such. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, okay. I mean, if you want like me to write your program or anything, like which is more the strength training or bodybuilding training, like let me know and I'll of course do that.
Yeah, for sure.
And I mean, if I at any point like have so that would actually be kind of fun. Do you have, so I've just right now set a new personal goal. I want to be able to do like 5K every second day for 2024, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
what would you say is the best approach to get started? Is it to go right now? My daily is like 2.5K, and it's mainly also because it then doesn't take a lot of time, but I want to do more. So is it to go like all the way up to 5 some days, or is it to go slightly incremental increases?
See what I did, right? So I was doing a 2K, like kind of like yourself, 2.5, 2K, every day I did that for 16 days to start off with. After that, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go this way. Like it was like a different turn, and it took like maybe it was not an RK, so it was 3K. So just kind of gradually built up, and then one day I was like, you know what, I'll go for 5. I'll try 5, see how it goes. Still 5, and I was like, fuck, that's hard. But then the next day, I'm gonna try 5 again, and that's all I did. Like I didn't do anything less than 5. Like
Yeah,
that was my goal. Just 5 every single day, no matter how much my leg hurt. Like I used to have really bad problems with my calves, like very bad problems because I was running in Converse. Do you know what I mean? Like it was terrible. It was terrible. Like, but now I have to have my running shoes and all that kind of stuff. Do you know what I mean? But
yeah.
like my calf is killing me, all that kind of stuff. I was like, I don't care. I'm still running the 5K every single day. So I did that, but then I got new shoes and all that kind of stuff, and just made it 10 times easier. Um, but that's what I recommend. Just run every single day 5K, and I guarantee, like even when I do a 5K now, I'm not even out of breath. Like I don't sweat, I don't nothing. Like I'm grand.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's so interesting because I definitely feel like my cardio is improved, right? And
Yeah.
so before I started doing this, I'd never run more than 7.5, like in one
Mm-hmm.
go, right? And then in October, I was visiting my mom in the US,
Yeah.
and like I was on this trail run, which was then like 9 kilometers or something. And I
Nice.
like it was shit. It was a lot up and down, and the terrain was horrendous, right? But um like my development to become this disciplined, the level of discipline that I am now, had actually allowed me to just have that mindset and mental fortitude that I did the whole thing because I knew I could do it.
Yeah.
Just a matter of keep going, right?
Exactly.
So
Exactly. Um, See with me, I was like, I'm just running the 10Ks every day, but I was like, right, let me go for a 14. I'll try a 14. And at the time, I thought that was a half marathon. So the only reason why it was because on my app it was on mids instead of like I thought it was on mids instead of kilometers, but it was on kilometers. So it's a great. So I ran 14 miles, but then I realized it was on kilometers, so it wasn't anywhere near fucking a half marathon. But I did the 14K. I was like, that was pretty easy. Like I felt like it was like obviously it was tough, but it was easy enough. And then the next day I was like, great, let me try a half marathon. So I went and did 26K the next day. And then I was like, right, that's fucking hard. Took me 3 hours. Took me longer than 3 hours actually. It took me so long.
but
It
you
like
did
took me
it,
about
right?
three. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. And I rang my dad and I was like, here, you need to come with me. I'm fucked. Do you know what I mean? He came down and got me and all that kind of stuff. But it was actually good. I didn't run then for a week after that just to rest my whole body. But then after that, then I started getting on the cycle and all that. And I used to just cycle like 20Ks every day and just know it was grand like doing. Like cycling's not that hard, like let's be honest. But like, I had it on the highest gear as well. Do you know what I mean? But
Yeah,
it was like a road bike. It was like a
it's
road
still a
cycle, so it was like easy. Yeah,
still a good workout.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and it's funny because even in those moments where you really have to push yourself, you still feel so rewarded afterwards, right?
Yeah,
Like you can just feel like in your body that it's so good, like you need it so much.
yeah. So for example, me and Billy, we do a 5K every week, every Friday. But now we've changed it to Saturday. But every Saturday morning we'll do a 5K run, and then we'll do a cold dip, which here at the moment is just Baltic freezing. Like it's so bad. Like it's everything's starting to ice up. Everything's but like we love the cold water as well. And obviously when you're there, you do the run, you're roasting, but at the same time it's like right now I have to walk into freezing cold water. It's not a good feeling, like, do you know what I mean? But we know we've done it so many times, we've been doing it for maybe about 13, 14 weeks in a row, probably even more, to be fair. And we know now after we come out we're grand. So I mean, it feels good. You feel peaceful. You feel relaxed. You love it, like. But it's just initially getting on. It's just it's weird. It's weird how that works. Like you psych yourself up to get on this. Like for me personally, I psych myself up to get on the, the water, and it's like, oh fuck, it's gonna be freezing, blah blah. But as soon as I sit down and ground, do you know what I mean? I come back out and I'm just very peaceful. It's weird. I don't know what you call that kind of effect. It's not the butterfly effect. It's different. It's a different word for it. I'm not sure.
Yeah, there probably is. No, I'm not sure. But it works, and as long as it works, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so I mean, it's not as cold. It's still only like between 10 and 20 degrees, but I've just stopped doing warm showers. Like since February this year, I've only done like cold showers. And
Yeah.
it's funny because whenever I do it, it still feels cold, but I've just gotten to a point where, like whenever I get in there, sometimes I'll just be like, the water's my bitch, right?
Yeah.
And you get
Like,
in there.
I understand because I used to do it all the time as well. Cold showers, I used to love doing them. It just as a challenge, you know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah,
so
100%.
yeah. And I get on that, like, great. Like, you're my batch or such, same thing, like, to me.
And you feel so fresh afterwards. Like,
Oh, yeah, you really do, yeah. It's insane.
it's
Like, your
worth
skin feels even better. Your skin feels so fresh as well.
it's worth all the coldness.
It really is. It really is.
Yeah.
But it's like same as anything. Like you're on there for what? If you get after 30, 40 seconds, you're grand.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like it's simple. It's so stupid. Everyone like obviously it's tough when you get on the first time, but then it's grand. Then after 30 seconds, 40 seconds. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and also like so many other things are difficult as well. People
Yeah.
people just want the easy stuff. But
Yeah.
when you keep doing the easy stuff, like eventually you're gonna run into hard stuff.
Yeah. And you won't know how to cope with it then. You won't know how to cope with it. You know what I mean? Like hard what's a quote? What's a quote? Easy choice, no, easy life, or what is it?
Yeah. So like easy choices will make a hard life, right? But hard choices
Yeah,
make an
hard
easy
to you make it. That's exactly what it is. But it's so true though. Like when I was doing my training, like I was really really into the runs and all that kind of stuff. I was like, don't get me wrong, every day doing a 10K, it's brutal. It's fucking hard, like to do. And but I realized then as soon as it's done, like as soon as it's finished 10K, the peace and clarity and everything else I felt, it was immense. It was incredible. So
it's worth
works
all
like
the pain, like 10
yeah.
times over. Cool.
It's more mental than physical though. Like you know what I mean? That's all
Yeah.
it is. It's all mental.
Yeah, and once you start experiencing that, you start realizing like it's just small steps you need to reach to get to the next level and the next level. And so you know like the basis of what it takes, and you just realize that different stuff requires different levels of what you've already tried, right?
Yeah, definitely.
It's so funny. So like, oh, I just have to be able to keep going for that long in order to do this or something like that, right?
Yeah.
What would you say were like the 3 most important lessons you've learned as like an entrepreneur for so far?
Honestly, just be consistent. That's the only one I can ever say. Be consistent. That's literally it. To me, just know
Yeah.
or like see when it comes to content as well. Be consistent. When it comes to runs, be consistent. Everything about your life, be consistent. If you don't, you lack the structure, and then that's when you start to doubt yourself. That's when everything starts to you start to feel everything crumble.
Yeah. What would you give me for like improvement points for my short form content?
Let me see. We'll pull up a video. Pull up a video. And share your screen
Um,
if you can.
yeah, I mean, I definitely can. So obviously, like I've tried to do like different kinds of topics, of environments, of introductions and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
Let me know if you have sound, okay?
Here are 4 steps for
Yeah.
you to become a better listener. The first step is being very intentional about going into a conversation with the intention of listening and actually hearing what the other partner or person has to say. So the second step is actually listening and not interrupting. And this might seem obvious, of course, but it's so difficult. I do it still a lot. I try to improve at it every day. So the third step is to ask follow-up questions in order to find out more about what they're saying, what their point was. And so the fourth and final step to become a better listener is at the end, whenever they're finished, after you've asked follow-up questions, to repeat back to them their story or what they said. So you can ask them, is it correctly understood from my side that you said X, Y, and Z in ABC way? So I hope you found value in this video. If you did, please comment listener down below. Other than that, as always, of course, thank you for watching and stay disciplined.
Right, so you need to stop moving too much. You move your head left and right too much. Like, also just try and stay focused, because if you're moving too much, they won't know where to look. Right, but like that there can be fixed with simple fix, you know what I mean? And so don't worry about that. Try and add on maybe some backgrounds. Do you get what I mean? Like the motion graphics, all that kind of stuff, just to break up the video and keep it more engaging, especially at the start too. Try and have like a better hook. Because if you don't have a good hook, you have 2 seconds to capture the attention. If you don't have a good hook, you're not going to capture the attention. Do you know what I mean? All of that, I don't think it's too bad. See that music in the background? Is that like in the actual video, or is it like, just you have music playing in the background?
No, it's in the video.
It's in the video.
It's not from background.
Yeah, turn it down a wee bit.
Down?
Yeah, just a wee bit. Your voice too, is it? Well, it's so what I would recommend doing. So whenever you have your clip inside, your editing software, what do you use?
Adobe Premiere Pro.
Yeah, so Premiere Pro. What you do is put your volume the whole way up to 100. If it's too loud and if it hurts your ears, turn it down. Like, you have to kind of, like, I usually put mine down to about -8.
Okay.
Because it just kind of just helps then. Because see, when if they have the volume the whole way up, it doesn't blast off the ears. As such, add on some sound effects, add on some risers, a whole bunch of different stuff. I'm creating like a shitload of videos over the next couple of weeks. We do sound effects, backgrounds, risers, all that kind of stuff. That it's all completely free. I'll send it over to you. All you have to do is comment a word as such. You know what I mean? So when they come out, just comment and I'll send them all over to you. It's completely free, so don't worry about it. But that will help your video big time.
Yeah, I mean, of course, these are already edited, right? But I'll definitely use that going forward, of course. And so, like all of what you say makes sense. For me, like the problem, or so-called problem, is more so that I kind of already know what the problem is. It's just that if I spend more time like making every video better in the whole scheme of things, it's going to take quite a lot more time from what I imagine.
Definitely, it will take more time, but at the same time, you have to understand that, see, when someone comes onto your profile, like, they will see how much you care. Do you know what I mean? That's building a personal brand. If you just do, just captions, it's not a bad video, don't get me wrong at all. It's not a bad video at all. But at the same time, it's like, they see it's just captions, that's all it is. There's not really much time or effort or no thought that's been put into it. Let's be honest, because anyone can do that, anyone does that. But anyone with like a massive personal brand, say for example, there's this here guy, let me pull up his name here. Let me see, 2 seconds. 2 seconds, boy. Do you know Frederick? I can't say his second name, but it's like, it's this here guy. You should probably know him. Let me see. Know him?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So Frederick, he does short form content, all that kind of stuff. But like, his whole editing style it's based on him. It's his personal brand. Do you get what I mean? So when you come into his profile, you can see like he really cares about what people see as soon as they come on this page. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's not super edited, but it's edited enough. They show that it does care. Do you know what I mean? Having good having good videos, having good edits, all that kind of stuff really, really makes you stand out from everyone else. So I mean, like there's going to be millions of people doing just what you're doing, giving information, just captions, not making it super engagement, like focused, but at the same time you're providing value. That's all that matters as such. But at the same time, if you want people to watch your videos, you need to break it up. You need to add in, risers, like hats, all that kind of stuff, sound effects, backgrounds, just so much more goes into it than what most people think.
Yeah, exactly.
But like that's my tips. So add in some sound effects, add in some backgrounds, have a call to action, have a framework, break it down. Just for everybody, like there's a framework. I'll pull up a framework with mine, and I'll send it over after I see if you want it. Let me see. Miro. Have you used Miro?
Sorry?
Have you used Miro?
Miro?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so good. There, let me share my screen. Your screen. Miro. Can you see?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is pretty much like you need to have a content strategy. You probably do, but the structure of every video would be hook, value statement, action step, explanation, and a call to action. So, for example, my video example would be this. I already did this, but then you have your hooks, like as clients leaving after 3 months for your short form content into, that would be for me. And you would say something along for your content, your target audience. And then you'd have like a value statement as such to keep them hooked in, learn how to retain clients and build long-term relationships, blah, blah. And you give them 3 action steps. And for each action step, you give them an explanation of why they need to do that action step or how they can do that action step. And then after that, you have a call to action. But sometimes you can add in like a reason explanation or a solution of pretty much the whole thing summarized. But that's pretty much the structure of most people's videos. Do you know what I mean? So like I'll send that over if you want. You can take a screenshot now if you want and just keep out for yourself and do whatever you want. But yep, so that's pretty much it. But as I said here on your feed, like there's 3 things people will see. It's the quality, like for me anyways, in my page, it'll be the quality of my service down here. Because I put so much time and effort into this, do you know what I mean? But then value-based posts to helping them, solve their problems. And then deep connection-based posts, which is, help them, fucking overcome some fear, giving them, we see something to talk about actually. So for example, to say they have a fear posting on social media, as everyone has, and then obviously share your side of that story. You already know about, I'm pretty sure you know about all this anyways, and how you overcame it, and just kind of relate to them. And that's pretty much it. And then obviously, your bio and fucking all that kind of stuff. But yeah, that's pretty much all that kind of stuff. So I'll send this over to you if you want.
Sure, yeah. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, it's with yeah, it's fine. I'll send it over at the call. But yeah.
I mean, it's definitely cool, and it's awesome to have something much more concise that you can like reference and look at. So thanks a lot. It's a huge...
Yeah, of course.
So do you read a lot?
No, not really. Not anymore. No.
You have been more of a reader?
Yeah, yeah. No, I used to read all the time. But I found that was just a waste of time as such.
Okay. Because you weren't
just
reading books that were directly related to what you're working on, or?
Not particularly, no. Like the only one that I really found most helpful was The Deep Work by Cal Newport. It just got me into productivity. It's like the most value-based book I've ever written. Like read. That's the word I'm looking for, read. But yeah, it's not much reading done in this household, I'd say.
I mean, it's completely fair. It's kind of the same thing as morning routines, right? You don't need one.
Yeah.
But sometimes you may find it helpful, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Of course, like I'm a huge reader. I don't know if you've seen on like my profile, but I love reading, and right now I'm going more broad than narrow, I would say, in order to kind of gauge what books are there. But I kind of also definitely get where not kind of. I do get why people think it like it would be a waste of time if you just have specific work you need to get done. You know how to do it. It's just a matter of doing it, right?
Yeah. I think that there's obviously books out there that's going to, help you along the way, especially if you're on entrepreneurship and all that kind of stuff and striving for, a better self. There definitely is books out there that can do that. But most of the time I find is like people read them books but won't take into consideration, how they implement the stuff in the books. And I'm
Yeah.
kind of one of them people. I'd be like, no, like I read it, but I wouldn't implement it. And that's why I don't read it. Let's be honest, like I don't. But that's why I don't read as such. I mean, I'd rather just like learn from doing the work.
Yeah, because that's kind of the long end of things. I just made a video on this actually today, but that's usually the third like point. Like in my video, at least, it was reading books is great and all, but if you don't take action on it, you won't really learn anything from doing it.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
completely agree. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what would be funny now is what advice would you give to the 18-year-old Jamie or another 18-year-old kid who's going to be watching this and thinking, how can I start on my self-improvement and business journey myself? How would you start about doing that?
It's a tough question because there's so much you could say. Do you know what I mean? Like I can give you a year explanation, actually. But
Like, what
how do
would
you
be
break
the
it
first
down?
thing?
Learn as much as possible, learn. And that means not just from books, not just from YouTube videos, but by doing the actual thing that you want to do. Secondly, get a mentor. If you don't have a mentor, you're never like you're gonna face so much more challenges that you shouldn't have to face. Do you get what I mean? And it'll save you so much time, effort, everything. Um,
Do you have
that's
any
when it comes
ideas
to
for how to get a mentor?
you can see on Instagram as such, like just reach out. Like everyone's only one text away as such. Do you get what I mean? Like my mentor has all these guys on these coaching calls every week, and like they're multi millionaires. I just said to him, how are you getting boys like this here on here? And I just went, just reach out. Like they're only a text away. Do you know what I mean? They're people as well. So just reach out and just ask for help. And if you have to pay them, because the amount of value in return you're going to get, so the amount of money that you're going to have to pay is going to be nothing. Especially if they're going to be making you money as well. So they teach you how to make money, and then it's just pay them, such.
And then thirdly, what would be the next step?
Again, be consistent.
Yeah.
It's that simple. Like everyone seems to overcomplicate everything. So I mean, learn from someone you want to learn from. Like so, learn. Just say if it's from me or from you. Learn from you what you do, how you help people, and how they can do that for other people. So they come to you just like, here, look, can you teach me this for an exchange of however much it's going to be, or if they're going to be working for you for free or whatever it is. Just learn as much as possible from someone that you want to learn from. Do you know what I mean? Or someone that has done what you want to do. And then what you do from there is just implement everything, be consistent. That's pretty much it.
Do you think you could make the drop shipping work today with your new knowledge or the knowledge you have now?
No, personally, because I don't know enough about dropshipping.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? Like I can find me target audience, me personal personas. I can find I know how to do workflows, automations, all that kind of stuff. But all that's integrated with Shopify anyway. So it's but I don't know enough about dropshipping in order to do it. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, but if I really dedicated myself to it, I definitely could make it work. But I'm not gonna because it's no interest in it at all. Like, so
yeah, I mean, there's no reason to, but yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. What's next for Jamie in 2024 and maybe all the way to 2034? Like, what's the long-term horizon looking like?
So the next year, I want to be in Dubai. I want to be traveling. with all the lads, and do all the stuff that you're going to be doing as such when you have all like this type of money and all that kind of stuff. So but also I want to just have that time freedom, location freedom, being helping guys too. Like, see, because I'm obviously going to be putting in a program and all that kind of stuff to help guys to start short form content and saying all that kind of stuff. But when it comes to that, there, it's like I want to really change people's lives, because I always felt like I need to do that as such, just to pay back. You know what I mean? From God give me this knowledge as such, so it's gonna pay back to the guys that want to learn. So that is going to be from here to next year, and probably just to scale that up and just keep going. But 10 years time, I want, don't get me wrong, it's like I want to be me now, but just more knowledge, more driven, more focused, more having more people around me that push me to be a better self. And that's it. Like that's all. It's going to go until I die. It's such. I mean, just constantly trying to improve every single day on different aspects. Like, new things are going to pop up. I'm going to try and solve them, and then I can see from that knowledge or experience, I can help then, my students or whoever it is going to be. I can help them on that journey. But also in the next 10 years, I want to see my brother doing what I'm doing. So he's a big goal for me to get him to where I am.
Awesome. Glad to hear that. And so how about the long term?
What? Sorry.
For the 10-year plan, was that doing the mentorship yourself?
No, well, no, like help me rebrother. That's a long term one. So get my rebrother to where I am now. So what I mean, he is currently 15. So for the next 10 years, I will have him, doing very well. So
cool. Great. That's a very noble cause, man.
He is the best we get about there. He really is.
Awesome. You were saying something else before I interrupted you. Sorry.
Yeah. What about you?
So for both 2024 and so for 2024, the plan is to, one, sell out the shirt collection, the original collection, and then reach 1,000 followers on all TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. And then it is to continue to post daily and do a weekly longer video format. So like at the 1st of March, I've done daily posts for like 1 year. So once I started the business, I was like, I have to start doing something new, something challenging, something that will help me build my brand, right? So I started posting daily, set myself a challenge to post daily for half a year. And then when that half year passed, I was like, of course I have to keep going. Like, I can't stop now.
Yeah.
Right? So I expanded that to do it for a whole year, but I don't want to continue doing it this way where the videos are done so far in advance, because it keeps it much more out of loop with what I'm currently doing. And I mean, it's also just so set up, right? It's so scripted, and I want to do much more of like daily work stuff.
Well, the thing is, right, see, with the scripted, I batch my content as well, so I batch it in weekly. So every week I'll sit down, just say it's like a Sunday or Monday, I'll sit down and just record 7 videos for the week. But well, 6, because I'm trying to just get out 6 a week. But as such, like, having that scripted is good, I think, because you can provide as much value. You really think it, and you really know, like, it's really thoughtful. But then I use my stories as a way to connect with my audience, connect with the people that follow me, show them me and the real me as such. So that's what I do with that. So it's like, that's the unscripted. That's me being unofficial, just talking, however I want to do. So if you're feeling that is, it is too scripted and all that there, use your stories. That's what it's there for.
True.
So just use them. Yeah.
Great point. And so, yeah, that's the next year plan. I think for the 10-year plan, the long-term goal is to either start or be part of some like business school institution. So actually start like it's not going to be like an incubator, but I want to do like real education that actually teaches people to start and run businesses. None of this like institutional shit where they learn about business and it has nothing to do with business.
Yeah.
My dream is people start in the institution and they start their own business, and then in every course they work on that business.
Yeah.
Because I love teaching and I love helping other people grow and build themselves and succeed for themselves. So I mean that's the dream right now. Of course it'll be able to change many times before then, right? But
yeah, of course. But that's amazing, man.
Thanks. It's also kind of like the grander version of what I'm already doing right now.
Yeah.
So it's kind of an extension of that, right?
Yeah, that's amazing, man. That's a good vision. That's a good cause. Like, you know, that's a good what's the word I'm looking for? That's a good fucking I can't forget about it.
Like just vision or
vision. That's the exact word. That's
okay,
exactly
yeah.
what I was looking for.
Yeah.
I don't know why it does.
Well, I mean, thanks. No worries, of course. Yeah, I think so, at least. I mean, I feel like personally I definitely need something specific to kind of aim for. Of course you can have the day-to-day operations, right? And the year plan, but you gotta have something bigger that you're striving towards, right?
Yeah, definitely.
How about you? Do you have any questions for me? I've been
honestly
bombarding you with questions and just
I don't mind it. I really don't mind it. I enjoy it. I'm not gonna lie. Talking about me, I do enjoy it, like I'm not gonna lie. But no, not really. Honestly, not really. Like I didn't prepare any. To be fair, I've just been super busy. But obviously I had to reschedule. I was just up at town and had to get a couple of things done. But yeah, not really.
I mean, that's completely fair as well. So I hope you found some value in this.
Definitely.
It was a huge pleasure on my side, and I definitely feel like this will be able to benefit someone else. I mean, with your approval, of course, I think this would do as a great like podcast episode that people could watch.
Yeah, you can throw it up there, 100%.
And I mean, write to me and let me know if you want me to remove anything. But
no, keep it ringing, keep it raw, keep it going. It's all right.
Yeah, and I think it's so important for people to see like the authentic Jamie, the authentic David, and
of course, man.
What we're doing is actually about, like how we actually think, what we mean, what we say, because so many people like are so stuck up behind personalities or personas that they put up, right?
Yeah, big time. That's what I've been trying to do too. See, we're using stories and just talking on the stories, just being real, just being authentic. Because see, this guru shit, it's just been going on for months and months and months. Get a grip. It's no harm soon, but like just get a grip. Just be you, such.
Yeah, because I feel like the going a little bit deeper into that, from my perspective at least, the whole guru situation is a problem of expectations in my eyes. Like the people who don't really know what it's about and who have no experience themselves set expectations for themselves based on what they see those people do, right?
Yeah.
They have no context for how they got there, what it really takes, or what's required, or what they have to do to get started. And they just start doing a bunch of shit with no direction or guidance, right?
Yeah, definitely.
So I mean, that's kind of my problem. But on the other hand, like I also don't get why people complain on buying a course for something and expecting to be rich immediately. Like,
yeah, stupid.
But it's again is a matter of expectations, right?
Yeah, it definitely is. Like a course will help you 10 times more than you sitting watching a YouTube video. So I mean, a course will have so much more value in it. Doesn't matter if it's a free course or if it's $2,000 or something like that, or whatever you're paying for a course. It's still going to provide long-term value as well. They give you that knowledge, that insight. And then if a course comes with a mentor too, that's even better, because you'll have that there for like months and years to come if you obviously if you pay, like, but there's so much more added value on that, like, so.
Yeah, definitely. And like right now, of course, I'm doing my coaching program is one-to-one, right? So it's personal coaching. But I mean, I definitely see some version of it where we have a lot of video material of the clients who've already been through it, and we're going to do like some cheaper version, right? Because of course the personal coaching is going to be much more expensive at some point.
Of course. Yeah, definitely.
But it's also incredibly fun to work directly with people if you like working with people, of course, right? But yeah, it's much more taxing and cost heavy in terms of your time and effort, right?
Definitely.
But hey, I mean, it is what it is.
It's the name of the game.
Yeah, exactly, right. A question that slipped my mind previously. What's your take on, like, let's say 2 scenarios, okay? One is you start building a business and you're in a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think it's beneficial to stay in the relationship, or do you think you need to be single or just like focus on yourself and your business while you work? And the other scenario is you're single while you start your business. Do you think you should stay single, or do you think there is a way where it can work while you become or get in a relationship with someone?
So I was actually on both sides of that coin. So when I quit my full-time job, I had a girlfriend. And, you know, I went full on it this year, and I just all my time went under this. And, you know, I think it just depends on the person. If they're willing to, you know, go through the struggles and stresses and, you know, not seeing you as much and all that kind of stuff, as the years goes on, then definitely it's worth it. I think because you're building that, you know, it's good to have that support system. Do you get what I mean? But it's also good, I feel like, that can be a big distraction. So on the other side of that, you can be single, you could be grinding, you have a business, it's doing well, and then you can have a girlfriend, and then it could all go downhill because you're not prioritizing the business enough. So that there's definitely another way. So I've been on both sides of them coins, actually. So it just depends on the person, let's say.
And what's your situation right now?
Right now, so right now I'm single at the moment. So just of course I want to get into a relationship, but if it's not meant to be, it's not like I'm not out seeking for one. Do you know what I mean? And it's like if it's not the right person, I'm not getting in a relationship. It's simple as that, actually. I mean. So that's the only way it's going to happen if it's the right person.
Yeah, and I mean it should be like that, of course.
Yeah, of course.
Have you made like any serious considerations for the qualities you would want in a partner already, or do you feel like it's something you'll look at if the situation arises?
Yeah, definitely. She has to be close to God. That's a big one for me. It's just the way it is. Most of the years I've been Galway, have not been close to God, and just hasn't turned out too well. So I mean, but you know, they're lovely years. Don't get me wrong, they're like beautiful, lovely years. But it's not the way to go, in my opinion. Like I have my standards now, and if a year doesn't meet them standards, then they're not worthy of, you know, being in my life. It's simple as that. They're not worthy of my money either. It's not about money. If they're there for me money, they're not having it. They're not getting on it.
It's actually very simple, but it can be explained as being complex, but it's not really.
Yeah, it's you have your standards, you have your values, and that's it. If a gear doesn't match them, or if your partner doesn't match them, then it's not worth it.
Yeah, cool. So I mean, of course, there are a huge variety of other topics we could get into, but
yeah.
But if there's an occasion for it another time, I think let's use it.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
Other than that, it's been a huge pleasure talking to you.
It's been definitely.
And I would love to keep in contact and maybe chat some other time. I think that would be great.
100%. Let's reach out in about 2 weeks again, and we can try and set up an hour time and get on our call.
Super cool. Just reach out and let me know. Okay.
100%.
Cool.
Well, it's been a pleasure, man.
Yeah, thank you so much, and have a lovely evening. If you don't have a lot of work to do tonight.
Well, no, not. I'll probably have to do maybe like 2 videos, but then that'll be me done. So not too bad.
Great to hear, man. Thanks for the call, and lovely to meet you.
Of course.
We'll talk soon then.
Definitely. All right, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah. See
Thank
you.
you. Bye bye.